Huh? Yes, I just didn't respond. It's me.
At some point, you have to wonder how many mountains a young quarterback has to climb before the road finally levels out. For Shedeur Sanders, the Cleveland Browns' electrifying rookie who has spent his short NFL career defying expectations, the answer seems to be at least one more every week. And even when he conquers those mountains, someone in his own building keeps shoving boulders in his way.
I'm going to say it again. Kevin Stefanski must be fired. I'm going to say it again and again and again. Kevin Stefanski did not want Shedeur Sanders, didn't even want him in the 5th round. Kevin Stefanski has done everything in his power to keep Shedeur Sanders from succeeding in Cleveland as a 5th round pick against all odds. Even yanking Shedeur again for the potential tying 2-point conversion, going with the wildcat. It was a disaster. After Shedeur had shown again and again, he's the answer in the red zone for the Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders just played by far his best game as a pro. He just threw for 364 yards and 3 touchdowns and led the Browns in rushing and scored a rushing touchdown from 7 yards.
On Sunday afternoon at Huntington Bank Field, Sanders delivered yet another gutsy, jaw-dropping performance. 364 passing yards, 3 touchdown passes, a rushing score, dazzling escapes from would-be sacks, and the kind of poise that most veterans don't possess. The Browns, ravaged by injuries across the offensive line, down to backup tight ends, and trailing nearly all afternoon, still had a chance to tie the Tennessee Titans in the final minute.
He fought, throughout the game, which we knew he would. Obviously, with any young player, Mary Kay, there's going to be ups and downs, and I thought there were some really, really, really good moments. He'll keep learning from some of the plays that he wants back, but some really good moments.
What was supposed to happen on that last 2-point conversion?
Yeah, not going to get into all the specifics, Jeff, but obviously it did not go as we thought it would.
Why would you take him off?
Yeah, it's a 2-point play. Didn't come through on our first 2-point play. Got to the second 2-point play, we didn't come through, but that's on me.
And then, in a moment that felt like deja vu for frustrated Browns fans, head coach Kevin Stefanski made the kind of decision that left the stadium gasping. With the game on the line, Sanders was pulled off the field. Yes, pulled, for a 2-point conversion attempt, in favor of a trick play that had never belonged in that moment.
Hey, Kevin Stefanski, you have a rookie quarterback in the game with 4 total touchdowns, 400 passing yards, and you take the ball out of his hands on the 2-point conversion when you could have just kicked the extra point the play before. You take the ball out of his hands and call that bullshit. What are you doing? He needs to be fired as soon as he gets in the locker room. I don't want nothing else, bro. Fire him. Shedeur is him. Y'all got enough on footage. Y'all got enough on film, bro. All right? That's it. Just move on with him. Get another coach. It's time, bro. I'm cutting it off, bro. Cutting it off. I don't want to see nothing else.
Instead of letting Sanders, who had just led back-to-back touchdown drives, finish what he started, the Browns tried a wildcat play with rookie running back Quinshon Judkins. The play disintegrated instantly, taking Sanders' comeback with it and sealing a devastating 31-29 loss that shouldn't have happened.
Shedeur Sanders literally showing everything you want on that drive. You see that right there. Number one, he's pointing to identify, who his linemen are blocking, and now you're down by 8. You got to get a touchdown here. 2nd and goal. Where are you going to go with it? You're going to go with that slot fade. Boom. Put it at the high point, top shelf where the little dudes can't get it. Could it have come out earlier? Absolutely. But more than anything, NFL game, 3 touchdowns. Rushing touchdown. Shedeur Sanders. Been in his bag today, man. 4 total touchdowns on the day, over 350 total yards. And that drive to tie the game up.
The crowd reaction told you everything. Social media erupted instantly. Analysts shredded the decision on live television. Even neutral observers were shaking their heads. Why remove your hottest player at the most important moment? Sanders had just completed 9 of his previous 10 passes, had found Harold Fannin Jr. for a clutch touchdown, and was doing things no rookie quarterback has any business doing in December. But instead of letting him throw, run, or improvise, the Browns handed the moment to a trick formation doomed from the snap. Judkins received the ball, ran past his pitch option, panicked, and launched a desperate crossfield throw into the abyss. Game over. Momentum squandered. You could almost feel Sanders' confidence pulsing before that play, and you could feel it being snuffed out in real time.
Yeah, he was done. He was done. That him.
to text me when he gets here. That's perfect. Welcome. How are you doing? I'm Maddie. I work with the beer and team logistics and team travel. Yeah.
How you doing? I'm great. So what's the day like with family? Stuff like his family?
Yeah, family comes over to watch. We'll do it in the setup areas or not.
That's good. Yeah, the word mix. I gotta talk to you though. That's how my hair gonna be.
It's not who you gonna be.
Yeah, it is.
What?
That's your girl.
What?
Let's rewind. Sanders started the day down 3 starting offensive linemen. Center Ethan Posich was carted off with a possible Achilles injury. Tight end David Njoku was injured earlier. Receivers were in and out. Pressure collapsed constantly, yet Sanders refused to fold. His throws were fearless, surgical, and explosive. The 60-yard bomb to Jerry Jeudy was a statement throw, one that reminded everyone why he once projected as a first-round talent. His touch on the David Njoku touchdown was the kind of precise, professional throw that only true franchise quarterbacks deliver. He played with flair, but also with total command. The kind of command you don't sabotage at the finish line.
If I'm out there any play, you know, I would always have the ball in my hand, but that's not what football is. Sometimes you got to run the ball. Sometimes you got to kick a field goal. You know, everything. That's the game. That's the most important thing is the ball. So in any situation, of course you would want to, but I know we practiced something and we executed it in practice, and we just didn't seem to this day. So I would never go against, you know, kind of like what the call was or anything.
Did it work in practice?
No, we just called it in the game and it didn't work in practice. I don't think you call plays in a game that didn't work in practice.
Critics will circle back to the third quarter interception, the one that led to a Titans touchdown and began the shift in momentum. And sure, it was a mistake. Sanders forced a throw under pressure, trying to make a big play happen. But that moment didn't define his day. His response did.
The Cleveland Browns just lost to a football team with one win that is actively trying to not win games and get the first-round pick. But maybe the Browns are also trying to get the first-round pick, because what the fuck was Kevin Stefanski doing on the final 2 drives? They're down 14, they score a touchdown, he goes for 2. Why are they going for 2? Not sure, but it didn't convert. The Browns didn't get the ball back. They score a touchdown, they have to go for 2 now because of the fucking 2-point conversion fail earlier. And they take Shedeur Sanders out of the game, who, mind you, has 3 touchdown passes and over 370 yards of passing, to do a wildcat that completely blows up in their face. You guys know how much I love Kevin Stefanski and want him around next season. Obviously, he doesn't really want to be around if that's what he's going to do. That is a fireable offense. Again, unless the Browns are actively trying to lose games, which fuck that. You always trying to beat the team that you're playing as opposed to tanking. I hate that shit. But whatever. I can't defend Kevin Stefanski on that. That was inexcusable.
He came back firing, driving Cleveland to 2 more touchdowns. The pick wasn't who he is. It was simply a part of his rookie growth curve. Cam Ward threw an interception too, but he didn't deliver the 4 touchdowns Sanders generated. And while Ward was the first overall pick, it was Sanders, the 5th-round afterthought, who played like the top selection. That contrast? It wasn't accidental. It was symbolic. What's becoming clearer isn't that Sanders has to improve. He will. What's clearer is that the coaching staff hasn't fully committed to him. Stefanski openly defended the play call after the game, explaining that the wildcat conversion was planned before Sanders even scored. That's the problem. You don't plan a trick play while your quarterback is shredding the opposing defense. You adapt, you ride the hot hand, you trust your guy. Sanders wasn't given that chance. Again, just think about his journey. Doubted in college, doubted in the draft, doubted as a rookie, doubted after his first start, doubted after every mistake. And yet every week, he comes back stronger. He wasn't supposed to be starting at this point. He wasn't supposed to look this polished. He wasn't supposed to outplay top rookies. He wasn't supposed to drag an injury-riddled offense into competitive shootouts. But he did. And still, even after proving his arm talent, accuracy, leadership, mobility, and toughness, his coaching staff treats him like a temporary solution rather than the future of the franchise. This matchup, Shedeur Sanders versus Cam Ward, should have been the headline. In a season defined by chaos in Cleveland and collapse in Tennessee, this was the storyline fans wanted. These 2 quarterbacks trained together, battled through the draft process, and entered the league with completely different expectations. But on Sunday, the so-called underdog was the better quarterback. Sanders threw for 364 yards. Ward threw for 117. It wasn't close, and yet the quarterback who earned the moment wasn't allowed to finish it. It would be one thing if the Browns were completely out of sync, or if Sanders was struggling, but he's not. He's giving the team everything: explosive scoring, game-changing throws, scrambling ability, and late-game grit. Sunday should have been about momentum. Instead, it became a case study of a franchise unsure of itself. A rookie quarterback shouldn't be the most confident person in the stadium, yet Sanders was. Even Jeudy, who just a week ago was filmed in a heated sideline dispute with Sanders, seemed transformed. They celebrated together, communicated, and delivered their best connection of the season. Leadership isn't just statistics, it's influence. And Sanders has it. Players respect him, fans believe in him. It's the coaching staff that keeps hesitating. Draft another quarterback or build around the one you already have? Right now, Sanders is practically screaming, "I am the answer." And Cleveland keeps responding, maybe, but not yet. Sanders shouldn't be praised for surviving sabotage. He should be supported, encouraged, built around. Instead, the storyline continues. Heroic performance, impressive production, rising star, held back by decisions he didn't make. Over and over again. The Browns don't need a miracle. They have one wearing number, 12. They need clarity, courage, confidence in the player who is already proving himself every single week. Sanders is overcoming the odds, overcoming expectations, overcoming doubt. What he shouldn't have to overcome is his own coaching staff. Yet somehow he keeps doing even that. And that might be the clearest sign we've ever had that Cleveland already has its quarterback of the future, even if the people calling plays still can't see it. Because week after week, step after step, decision after decision, Shedeur Sanders is proving the one thing no coach should ever forget. He's already ready.